Was in yellow.
How many of you already had presentations like this? Yes. How interesting. This happens a lot. This happens all the time. This is not a presentation. The only results you get is this. What you see here is two things. Is first, you don't see anything. And even if you did, that's not interesting. And second, you see that. Which happens sometimes. And you're like, oh no.
Oh my god.
And you know your day is going to be terrible. And you end up like this. I'm a marketeer. Or a salesperson. Or we should be excited about presentations. You need to respect your audience. That is something which is very important. There'll always be somebody like this. So what are your options? There are two options in respecting your audience. Is first making sure that don't sleep. But let's say somebody does, and it happens. I've slept so many times in meetings. You have no idea. I snored even once. I fell asleep in a one-to-one meeting. Funny enough, my career didn't boom. The worst thing is to go, I see you're sleeping! You're the one responsible. If the energy is like this, you can say, okay, stand up please, or find something funny, and also mean it. But all stand up, and nobody does, we're back to school again. Your little voice is always right. When you climb on stage, what do you tell yourself most of the time?
Don't fall.
Don't fall. Listen to it up front while preparing. Think about, is my presentation interesting? Short enough? Long enough? Nice enough? Interesting enough? Never ever wear a blue shirt while presenting. I was transparent. Everybody could see my nipples. And I was like, you know, my mouth started to dry and I was speaking like this. And then, yes, you get nervous. If you're making a presentation, somehow you're a storyteller. You're telling a story. People do not buy a car in that context. They buy a Tesla. Do you know Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah.
Okay. So Romeo is telling Juliet that your eyes are like a sun in my morning. But actually what Romeo has in mind is reproduction. Love, physiologically talking, is about reproduction.
It's a bit shortcut to Shakespeare.
Yes! In the end, love is about reproduction. But if Romeo comes in on the balcony and says, I want to reproduce, the story will be a lot shorter. And he's gonna get a bucket of water on his head. This is why we need a story around. Because we love stories. Stories help us digesting a lot of things. You know, you can be the Romeo of finance.
Yes. Kim must be the Romeo.
Your results are like the sunshine in my... Yeah, but you can make something like this. Is the meaning, is the content interesting? What do I want my presentation to deliver for you as a message? That's the question I need to ask myself. You need to work on the content of your presentation, because the content is key. You have to be yourself. That's the other aspect of the story. We call it consistency. The consistency aspect is the story should fit who you are. You're not a funny guy. Don't make people laugh in a presentation. There's nothing worse. Have you never seen at school, somebody tells you a joke or tells a joke in a group and it makes everybody laugh and you're like, hey, I will remember that joke. Then I come to another group, I tell the same joke and then I say, okay, this group, they're stupid. So in another group,